ones only. You matter, you are worthy. God works in mysterious ways. You are loved. When they gave up on you, they overlooked you. But you are loved. You are loved by the genuine people that's truly for you, that's not going to kick you down when you're just trying to find yourself, to better yourself, to understand that, wow, you understood change when it came to growth and understanding patience and someone's being patient with you, not making you an excuse. When you had to go within. You had to go within to find you when you least expect it. When people took your kindness for weakness, they discredited you. They allowed you to feel like you wasn't worthy of yourself. You had to question yourself, to better yourself, only to realize with time comes change and change comes growth. Wow. Look at you now, your self-reflection of yourself. It wasn't an overnight process, showing up for yourself, to better yourself, to heal the wounds that was installed within you when it came to trauma and pain. Wow. They made you feel like you was dysfunctional, only to realize, wow, it was never even exchanged when it came to respect, and you didn't have malicious intentions that day. Or someone wants to kick you down and you're just trying to find yourself, to better yourself. That job opportunity didn't work out for all the right reasons. You wasn't the excuse. They saw how strong-minded you are, how smart you are, how brave you was, how real you was, and how different you was in the most healthiest way. You wasn't trying to shortchange them. You was just trying to understand communication, to be on the same page. But you had to walk away only to realize that, wow, God works in mysterious ways, and God closed that door for all the right reasons, for another opportunity to open your door. Wow, look at your way. When you opened your doorway, go in within your doorway to understand the mental state that you're in today. It was walls, it was doors. It was you exploring. It was you showing up for yourself, to better yourself, to realize that, wow, understanding change and growth, and God is still here with me today. Only to realize God was by your side this whole entire time. Not for you to get discouraged. They kicked you down. They disrespected you. They allowed you to feel like you was the problem. When you knew how to respect your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, wow. They said it was your trauma, your pain that you couldn't show up for yourself to perform properly. Only to realize at the end of the day, you actually had good quality. And they try to shortchange you when it came to communication because you understood a different view, or respecting your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And they just wanted authority. They saw that you was moving up so fast within the, not just in the community, but with the job rate, pay. They didn't like that. They saw you as competition, but they didn't want to make you the issue, you know, actually saying it up close in person, but they had private conversations about you. He say, she say, wasn't adding up, and that was the issue. Wow, you know, that type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it. When you show up for yourself and you have that mindset, just doing your job. It's a thought process for me. How they see you as secret competition. But God has something better in store for you. To protect your energy. That energy hits different. Understanding, wow, when God opened that door for all the right reasons, it was still trauma and pain holding you back. But you wouldn't allow that to allow you to lack. Mommy and daddy issues, that's what they said, that you was the issue, only to realize they took your kindness or weakness to remind you that at the end of the day, you wasn't trying to be reminded of your past, and you was trying to level up to become your best self vision of yourself, not to shortchange yourself when it came to communication, because we are all not the same. You know, kicking your neighbor down, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You understood God's even exchange, understanding your faith, we are all not the same. That God was guiding you to better days ahead. It wasn't an overnight process, healing trauma and pain. But you wouldn't allow yourself to shortchange yourself when it came to communication that day. To go within, not to allow someone to kick you down, discourage you, allow you to feel like you had to live in fear or give up on you. You understood change in time, that certain individuals were supposed to be part of your life, let alone certain narratives of you showing up for yourself, to better yourself, opportunities wasn't for you at the end of the day, because God showed you what a view looks like, but it's truly for you. not to use you, abuse you, because all money ain't good money, and I say that respectfully, because we're all not the same. You had a temporary situation within a temporary situation, only to realize that, wow, you didn't know how he was going to pay that bill that day, only to realize God made a way. It was an even exchange. You ain't have to manipulate nobody to psych them out their thought process, they free in their pockets, so they eyesight the run game on nobody. You understood how to have faith, because God works in mysterious ways. God may not be on your time, but when you least expect it, God is always on time. It's a thought process. I mean, we're all not the same. They still made you an issue when you showed up for yourself. Say you got anxiety problems, you crazy, and you need to go within. Only to realize they was trying to manipulate your character for the description you truly wasn't, all because of the fact that you knew how to stay in your own lane. They was trying to antagonize you that day. We're all not the same. You know, the one who knows how to walk away instead of going back and forth with words with someone at the end of the day. Because we understood God's timing. God works in mysterious ways. And karma is real. How would I want to deal my unfair shit hand of that? It's a thought process for me. Then I have to bounce back. Only to realize that, wow, how you level up to fall back, only to realize you need a reality check to go back. It's a thought process for me. Going backwards, how you trying to go forward, and you going backwards again. Going in circles within going in circles with shortchanging yourself when it came to communication, dealing your unfair share, your karma, but you understanding today that you gotta learn your own lesson. You was dead wrong. But we're all not the same. Those are the type of people who play victim and hide their hands and say that you was the issue. When you just know how to respect your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, with no malicious intentions, because we're all not the same. Be careful when judging a book by its cover, and I say that respectfully. You matter, you're worthy. Never get discouraged because you tie your shoe different, you don't got malicious intentions to kick your neighbor down. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, with no malicious intentions. You know how to respect your neighbor, regardless of what storm you're going through. You know how to respect your neighbor regardless to if you can barely pay a bill today. You still know how to respect your neighbor. You ain't gotta put your trauma and your pain on your neighbor at the end of the day because you miserable to go with. You miserable, you can't go within. Because we are all not the same. It's a thought process to me. Be careful when judging a book by its cover. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't see your worth. Never lose faith within yourself because someone doesn't believe in you and they gave up on you and they didn't know how to be patient with you and they said that you was the issue. And only to realize, wow, you're a child of God. God hasn't given up on you, overlooked you because you matter and you are worthy. God works in mysterious ways. Never get discouraged because someone gave up on you. They judged a book by its cover because it was you that day. Never lose you because someone didn't know how to respect you. Never lose you because of the fact that they didn't know how to show for you to love you right. And never allow someone to manipulate you and allow you to believe you're the problem when you didn't have no malicious intentions. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You knew how to respect your neighbor, to go within and stay in your own lane. Because we are all not the same. Never give up on yourself. They gave up on you. But don't give up on you. They overlooked you. Now you gotta self-reflect to get in the mirror, to remind yourself who you are today. Those days are hard, to actually understand the view. You know, to get in tune with yourself, to understand the wounds that was installed within you, that you wasn't the issue. I'm sorry that they projected that trauma and pain on you that day, only to realize what they lost out was a God's gift, a blessing in disguise. Wow, they wasn't paying attention to go within. But you matter and you are worthy. You matter and you are worthy. They manipulated you. They discouraged you. They said that you wasn't nobody. They said you wasn't worthy. Nobody will ever be by your side to show you respect up close in person, only to realize, wow, when you least expect it, God sent all the right people into your life to show you respect up close in person, with no malicious intentions, and respect was a two-way street, because God works in mysterious ways. They don't understand how you can self-reflect and look in the mirror today. It wasn't an overnight process to heal your trauma and pain when it came to the wounds that was installed within you. It wasn't easy to just put a Band-Aid over a wound and it was going to heal. No, you had to understand how to heal and nurture the wound to back to reality. Like, wow, I understood what I've been through. I understood that I want change. I want growth. I want to know that at the end of the day that I love myself, that regardless who hurt me with trauma and pain, I got to know at the end of the day, I got to move on. Not just move on, but understand why I'm moving on. You hurt me, I took understanding. At the end of the day, you try to shortchange me. You disrespect me, allowed me to feel like I wasn't unworthy of myself. I couldn't show for myself. Depression, anxiety, oh my God, sleepless nights, oh my God. I'm trying to understand the wound, to go deep within. It gets deeper than that. Have you been sexually assaulted as a child, trying to find yourself, to better yourself, only to realize who loves you? Dang. Ever feel like nobody? Only to realize God was by your side this whole entire time. To understand how to heal the wounds that was installed within you. When it comes to trauma and pain, it wasn't an overnight process. That's a baby. It went from a childhood wound to an adult wound. You know how difficult that is to understand that pain? The energy is different. It's not your walk of life, but it's someone's story. The energy is different. We all not the same. You put a name in your book. You may have been in domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination. You put a name in your book. Violence. Trying to psych yourself out your own thought process. Are you trying to pay attention to go within, to love yourself, to become your best self vision of yourself, not to have excuses, to better yourself? You know, those days where you kept saying, I want to find myself, to better myself, I just want to become my best self vision of myself. The one who keeps screaming, I'm real, I'm real, I'm real. Only to keep shortchanging themselves. It be the thought process to me. When it come to communication, ma'am, sir. Just because you're different, don't kick yourself down. Just because you're different and someone didn't know how to respect you, never get discouraged of who you are, especially when you don't have malicious intentions to hurt yourself or others around you. You matter, you're worthy. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. And I truly preach the time for the genuine ones only. But never get discouraged because someone antagonized your character and they wanted you to lose yourself, to not find yourself, to better yourself. They saw faith within you, but they tried to discourage you and made you feel like you was the issue. You knew how to show up for someone. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And all they did was take your kindness or weakness, try to destroy you. Never lose yourself because of a temporary situation, because someone tried to make you the issue when you didn't have malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Far from a hater, but I move accordingly. Come on, guys, tell me, have you not seen? It's a thought process for me. We are all not the same. Never lose sight in day as to believing in your dreams. And I say that respectfully. Because someone was come into your life and try to discourage you and allow you to feel like you're not worthy of yourself, to better yourself, all because they're in secret competition with you and you was never the issue. Or someone doesn't want you to elevate. Or someone doesn't want to see you elevate faster than them when you was never in competition with them. That'd be the thought process to me. That's why you gotta protect your energy. Because we are all not the same. It really be the thought process to me. God works in mysterious ways. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. But when God is by your side, God is by your side, and we ain't gotta play mind games with malicious intentions, because at the end of the day, all money ain't good money, and I say that respectfully. Be mindful. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Be mindful of who energy I try to play with out here. It really be the thought process of me. Like, you fake karmic tarot readers, that's who y'all are, or whatever the case may be. Like, for real, really, like, real talk, I really need to stay in your lane. Like, for real, for real. If somebody is rejecting you for all the right reasons, there's no reason for you to go beyond what you need to go beyond at the end of the day. Trying to get information on somebody and try to think you're manipulating somebody only to play in your own face, I think that's really weird. And this type of stuff happens every single day, and it's really weird. Like, it's really weird, and it's sad to the fact that y'all keep exposing your hands. Even worse, playing in people's energy, or trying to play in someone's energy, trying to manipulate someone's energy. It's a thought process for me. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, but it really be the thought process of me. Be careful who you doing spell work on. Be careful who you trying to energy harvest on. Be careful when trying to manipulate someone's energy, because you don't know who you playing with, and that return back to sender, it actually works. Whatever you dished out is going to go right back to you. And you gonna swear up and down that someone did spell work on you in the most toxic way, and they didn't. And it's sad that you play victim. It's the whole process for me. I gotta go. I need a nap. No, but for real though, it's sad. Like, and it's more sad to know that, especially people who are just now waking up to spiritual, their spiritual awakenings, how y'all manipulating these people, innocent people. I just want you to know that God sees everything. The good God. I don't worship the devil. You can judge me because of my sexual orientation, and that's okay. But I love myself, and God loves me too. Okay? Hello? I'm just saying. But it's a thought process for me. Be careful when doing spell work on innocent people, because God sees everything. The good God sees everything. And the good God is not too thrilled knowing that, hey, you're bothering my child. You're trying to interrupt the mindset of my child. It's a thought process to me. We are all not the same. Certain individuals at the end of the day, I see, just for them to run up on somebody, they have to use spell work in a toxic, dysfunctional way to gain and to manipulate, and then play victim like they didn't do nothing. And it's sad that you have to come across the right person to understand that, you know what, I need to stop. And all money is not good money. And I say that respectfully. And to you karmics that's reaching out to me, and I say this respectfully, if you're a karmic trying to reach out to me about somebody who does not want you, please, I say this respectfully. If you're trying to get information about who they're dating, please don't ask me those type of questions. Don't inbox me about, don't email me nothing about nothing of that nature. If you're a karmic, want to know about your ex, if they in a relationship with somebody else and all that, if they moved on, they moved on. And if they told you they moved on, they moved on. Leave it alone. Come on, asshole. No, for real. Because what happens is, you're reaching out to me and asking me if I do spell work. I don't do spell work for love rituals. I need to make that clear. I do not do love spell rituals. I do not do those. And I say that respectfully. Be mindful who you try to play, because, yeah, God sees everything. And if you're really out here doing that to people too, doing love spells on people, just know that God sees you. And God knows that you're manipulating people and psyching them out their thought process, and they're not even want to even invest their time and day within you. And it's really going against their will because it's a spell. And it tells a lot about your character. And I say that respectfully. What look good ain't good, and I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones only, protect your energy. Not everybody's for you. It's a thought process for me. Never give up on yourself. Overcoming spell work is not easy. And to actually identify what spell works looks like up close in person, it's really, not everybody understands the difference nowadays, it seems like. Because someone can be under an illusion for a very long time and don't even realize they're even under one. And I say that respectfully. And it's sad, because what happens is it becomes the norm, and then this behavior goes to the next generation, and then the next generation, and it's the norm of the norm of the norm of this mindset, as to that's like our neighbor out their thought process. And then we'll become our own worst enemies at the end of the day, and then everybody wants to blame the finger. It's so unhealthy. This stuff is unhealthy. You gotta do spell work on somebody to gain control, gain access to somebody. You gotta do spell work. If it's not genuine, it ain't for you. And another thing too. When you getting a reading done from a tarot reader, and I say this respectfully, when you getting a reading done, if the story don't fit for you, it's not for you. Don't fit something that don't fit for you. If you can relate to it, that's one thing. But if it's not your story, don't let that fly with you. Like, don't let it should have never removed from the ground. It should have stayed on the ground. Do not move. Because if the shoe fit, let it wear it. But come on, you taking information, you flying with it. Like it's your information, it's your story. It really be the thought process to me. And then people get mad at the genuine tarot readers who's doing their job at the end of the day. Like, first of all, every reading is not for you. It's not. And then I'm gonna say this too. What happens is when you do that, all you doing is psyching yourself about your own thought process. You are. And not only people are looking at you like you're annoying, but it comes to the point where at the end of the day, you really need a prayer. No, for real. You really need a prayer. You need a prayer. Because if the reader is telling you, like, hey, this is a collective reading, or hey, this is a general reading, hey, this is a download, this is a message, right? If the shoe fit, wear it. If you can relate, that's one thing. To somebody else's situation, that's another story. But at the same time, too, if it don't fit, you can't put it to somebody's story. It's one thing when someone says, okay, well, this is a specific person's name. They didn't do that. Or if it's a personal, that's something totally different. Just be mindful when you get messages from tarot readers that say they're tarot readers, and be mindful of if the message fits for you or not. And I say that respectfully. There's no reason why you should be disrespectful to someone because They're just doing what they love to do, is do their job, you know? Something that they proud of every day. They got a gift within a gift to show for themselves. And God was truly favoring them. The real genuine tarot readers, yeah, the real ones. It's a thought process to me. A lot of you comics is about to be exposed for who y'all truly are. And it's sad how y'all out here manipulating people too. The fake ones. It's sad. It really is. And to the real tarot readers, don't get discouraged because a karmic is trying to manipulate you or disrespect you. If you're original at the end of the day, they can't take nothing from you because you're original. Like, it's the thought process of me. Hello? Nah, for real. Like, make it make sense at the end of the day. Nah, for real though. But I'ma just say this to say this. When you go to a reader, be mindful as to what reader you go to too. You know, it's official tarot readers out here. I'm not gonna lie, there are. But there are a lot of comics more than actual tarot readers. And I say that respectfully. Because one thing you need to do is always protect your energy. Because not everybody is for you. And I say that respectfully. If you can relate to the reader and relate to the message, that's one thing. But if you can't relate to either or at the end of the day, they're not for you. And I say that respectfully. Because when you know a karmic, you know a karmic. And if you've been in a relationship with a karmic before, you wouldn't know what a karmic looks like. Give you a little bit more understanding. It's a thought process to me. So just be wise who you go to when you're dealing with tarot readers as well, so they won't manipulate you or allow you to feel like you know what you're doing too much. And another thing too, it should be no reason why you listening to tarot too much anyway. Like, it really isn't. I say that respectfully. Every single day, I don't agree with it, but that's your preference because you shouldn't be going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for no reason. It's the thought process of me. First of all, they walked away. They left you alone. No relationship. It's not there no more. All right, you looking for something that's not there. Get you together. Get your life together. You know, nine out of 10. Not respectfully. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to nobody, but 9 out of 10, a lot of people when they look at tarot, they're looking at tarot for relationships. If the relationship is going to work out, they not looking up for careers. It's the thought process me. What the hell's wrong with you? Nah, it's the thought process me. And when certain individuals, I say to myself, and I say this respectfully, y'all looking up for relationships, and you just got out of a relationship. And I'm just so confused. Like, literally, like, you just got out of a relationship yesterday. It should be no reason why you're in a relationship. Today's Monday. It should be no reason why you're in a relationship by Friday. It should be no reason why you in a relationship. No, this is not the love of your life. No, it's not the love of your life. No, it is not. It really be the thought process of me. And every reader is not for you. They're not. They gonna psych you out your eyesight. Oh, you need new vision now. You can't see. Yes, you can. You set yourself up. Only to realize you at square one again. When you didn't even go within yet. You didn't go within to love you. You didn't go within to heal the wounds that was already installed within you. And you should matter to yourself that much to know at the end of the day, okay, well, I'm looking for affection in certain areas of my life, but at the same time, too, I need to heal the wounds that's installed within me. And I say this respectfully because of the fact that, especially when you dealt with trauma and pain from a young age and it went into your adulthood and you have not healed those wounds within you yet, and then you feel like you don't have the proper support when it comes to family or when it comes to people showing up for you and you showing up for everybody else, you just got to understand that God works in mysterious ways, man. It's a thought process for me. Wow. God works in mysterious ways. God is good. Wow. And you feel like you don't have the proper support, but only to realize at the end of the day that when you go within to find you and communicate with you to love you, you can show up for that next relationship how you always dreamed of it. And I say that respectfully. Like, I'm not here to kick my neighbor down, but it really be the thought process of me. And I say this respectfully. Like, I want you to save yourself before you try to look for saving from somebody else at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully because it starts with you. It will always start and begins with you. And to understand how to move forward with you at the end of the day, to even get into a relationship, you got to understand the wounds that was already installed within you and how to heal those wounds. You know, some people's situations is different. Some people dealt with abandonment issues. Some people may have been a victim of rape, domestic violence, hate crime, maybe being sexually assaulted as a child. And, you know, violence, discrimination, you put a name to your book, sickness, and they just felt like they didn't have nobody to show up for them, right? So to understand and heal the wounds that's installed within you, now you're not gonna make it an excuse. Because now you know how to heal the wounds within you, to love yourself, right? Now you're showing up for yourself to better yourself. And you're showing yourself at the end of the day that you're not trying to be reminded of pain. And to not make yourself an excuse as to what you're going to not allow yourself to repeat what just happened from the last situation that you was in. And to at the end of the day, like, yo, God works in mysterious ways. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep saying that. Wow. You know, understanding that relationship that you went through and understanding what you've been through in your past and to heal those wounds that was installed within you. Once you allow yourself to find yourself, you'll be able to show for that relationship the way you want to, like a dream come true. And I say that respectfully because in order for you to love somebody else, you gotta show up for you first. And I say that respectfully. You gotta show up for you first. And never allow someone to discourage you because they didn't see your point of view. And I say that respectfully. You know, they didn't know how to respect you, and regardless of what you was going through with your trauma and your pain, you didn't allow that to be an excuse to love somebody or to mislead somebody or to be disloyal to somebody. You knew how to show up for them and give them your all, but they was changing you when it came to maybe being disloyal or, you know, outside relationships, and that was not the communication you was trying to show up for. You was just trying to show up for somebody to show them at the end of the day, whatever you've been through, I'm not trying to put you through, and only to realize you wasn't the issue. And for you to understand that loving yourself and not getting discouraged is very important. So never allow someone to allow you to feel like you're the problem. Never allow that relationship or that parent figure that you was looking for to show up for you to stop you from loving you or stop you from finding you to better you. Because you're like everything. People say fairy tales don't exist. Fairy tales do exist. Fairy tales exist with the right one that's truly mentally ready and for you. And I say that respectfully. And for you to understand what your true fairy tale is supposed to look like, you have to mentally go within and understand the wounds that was installed within you. And I say that respectfully because not everybody is for you. And it's okay to understand at the end of the day, well, that relationship, it did not work out. But at the same time, too, I'm not going to make myself an excuse why I can't show up for myself to love me and to pour into me. And because I'm pouring into me, the right one is going to come into my life and pour into me, too. And only to realize, wow, God showed you what a healthy relationship looks like. Someone showing up for you now that's not just, someone showing up for you that's not, being disloyal to you, someone that's not playing mind games with you, someone that's not manipulating you, someone that's not trying to run game on you, someone that's not out here having third-party conversations with other people, someone that's meaning what they saying, that truly invested into you, and that you're not the issue. And someone that's genuinely your peace, and you don't have to wear a mask around nobody or having excuses for why you're being reminded of your past, because that don't live there. Once you get in tune with your wounds that was installed within you to heal them, you know, it's not going to be an overnight process when it comes to healing trauma and pain. And it's never a competition when healing trauma and pain, because it's not an overnight process. And never allow someone to manipulate you or psycho your thought process or your friend, your pockets, or your eyesight, and allow you to believe it's the norm of the norm that healing trauma and pain, it would never be an overnight process. It's a thought process to me. But you have to just be mindful when going to certain tarot readers and listening to certain messages when you hear someone saying, oh, your soulmate is on their way and stuff like that, because that may not be your soulmate. That may not be the person that's ready for you. Maybe you're not even talking to nobody, but it's never a timestamp. And what happens is, what people is, they start to think somebody coming tomorrow. No, fool! No! Some people get lucky, but not everybody does, especially when you haven't went within. If you don't go within, it ain't gonna make sense. It won't. It would never make sense, and you can't manipulate love. You cannot manipulate true love. Someone that's truly for you, it can never be manipulated. Someone that's willing to meet you halfway can never be manipulative or manipulated. And I say respectfully, like, because someone being on the same page with you, they not trying to mislead you. They trying to show up for you. Everything that y'all said when it came to pillow talking or whatever the case may be, action spoke louder than words, because that person showed you what they've been through when it came to trauma and pain, and y'all both came from trauma and pain, and y'all was willing to meet each other halfway, and y'all was not reminding each other of pain. That energy is different, because God works miracles when you least expect it, and God will send the right person into your life with no malicious intentions, and someone that's genuinely mentally ready to meet you halfway. And it's not going to make you an excuse why they can't show up for you. And I say that respectfully. You know, everybody's not the same, and be mindful when taking someone's kindness for weakness. And I say that respectfully, because not everybody's the same. You know, just because someone came from a bandit household or a dysfunctional household, a toxic one family household, you put a name to your book. You know, everybody's not the same when it comes to respect. You know, you have to be mindful when judging a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully. Because judging a book by its cover, it's like looking at a self-reflection of yourself. How would you want God to judge you? And I say that respectfully. It's like kicking your neighbor down at the end of the day, only to realize you don't want them to see their vision and become their best self vision of themselves. Because you had malicious intentions and God saw what you was doing that day. It's a thought process, and we all not the same. Never allow someone to kick you down, because you're just trying to be patient with yourself. Never allow someone to get you discouraged, because you're just trying to be patient with yourself. Never shortchange yourself, because you're just trying to be patient with yourself. Never stop believing in yourself, because you're just trying to be patient with yourself. They try to kick you down only to see you frown, only to realize how God is truly amazing. God works miracles when you least expect it. God picking you up, you wasn't the issue. They was doing spell work in a toxic way, only to realize they was the issue, not even paying attention, on their knees asking for forgiveness. God works in mysterious ways. Wow. Minding your business with the minding your business in your home lane, they try to judge your character that day, only to realize they shortchange themselves to play victim. It's a thought process to me. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. It's a thought process for me. Never lose hope. It wasn't easy getting out of bed this morning. Never lose hope. Getting discouraged because someone didn't see your worth. Never lose hope. Because someone didn't see your faith. Never lose hope. Never lose hope. You ain't have to manipulate, gaslight nobody to be real at the end of the day. You knew how to show up for somebody. They saw your faith, that you was be favored by God. They tried to shortchange you because they had malicious intentions only to realize, wow, how God was truly covering you to protect you and you wasn't the issue. Because God works in mysterious ways. When someone judges a book by its cover, when they laugh too fast, now the joke's on them. When they said the jokes was on you that day. When they said the jokes was on you that day. See how the tables turn when you're minding your business, trying to elevate, become your best self vision of yourself, believe in your faith, stay in your own lane. They don't understand the even exchange to stay in their own lane. Put you in secret competition, they was the issue. Only to realize they can't keep up with you to understand how God is truly favoring you. How you understand your faith to become your best self vision of yourself. They so mad that they dealing with a heart attack. It's a full process for me. I ain't project that on you. You did it to yourself. You was the issue. God don't like ugly. God works in mysterious ways. Always be yourself. To go within. Never allow someone to discourage you because they don't see your view. You know, understanding your faith, how God is truly favoring you. When you're minding your business with no malicious intention, you ain't have to kick your neighbor down when they was antagonizing you that day. You was only trying to uplift yourself to better yourself. It's a full process for me. How God works in mysterious ways. Never stop being yourself. Never get discouraged of being yourself. Never lose sight of they are loving you when they didn't believe in you. And you wasn't the issue. And God saw your view. God put it right in front of you when you least expected to better yourself, to love yourself, to recognize that you wasn't the problem that day. Only to realize they was trying to antagonize your character for short change. It's a thought process to me. They try to kick you down to see you frown. They ain't want to see you elevate faster than them. Ever been in secret competition with somebody you didn't know? It'd be the thought process to me. When they trying to let go. They trying to let go of the fact that you moving too fast for them. They can't keep on. They can't let go. Get off of me. It really be the thought process for me. Always be yourself. When you understand the laugh within and it shows on the outside, they don't understand that you ain't got to wear a mask to go within. The energy hits different. When you love yourself to respect yourself, you move accordingly on God's timing, understanding your faith. They judge a book by its cover because they have self-control issues. They ain't know how to stay in their lane, you know, to attain it. And they made you the problem that day. It's a thought process to me. We all are not the same. Talking out loud. God works in mysterious ways. Ever felt alone? When you knew how to show up for somebody? And they took your kindness for weakness to manipulate your character, said that you was the problem, only for you to go within, only to find yourself, to better yourself, to walk away, to know that at the end of the day you had true intentions, only to realize they only shortchanged themselves, and now they gotta realize, dang, when it came to common sense, they actually lacked, you know, going within to be real. That's what they said they was that day, only to realize the mask fell off, only to see at the end of the day the real one had to walk away with good intentions. The energy is different. Be careful when you allow someone to take your kindness for weakness. Be careful when you allow someone to take your kindness for weakness. Be careful when you allow someone to take your kindness for weakness. Yeah, you matter. It's the whole process for me. allowing someone to take your kindness or weakness. You knew how to show for them. They tried to make you discouraged. They made you feel like you was the problem. You wasn't a lacking accountability because you knew how to show for somebody. You just wanted to love them right, treat them right, but they didn't overlook. Wait, that's all they kept doing, was overlooking you. They overlooked you right to left, only to realize you had to go within to find you to better you, not allow it to be an excuse because someone tried to make you an issue. Only to realize, wow, God works in mysterious ways. God sent the right one into your life to treat you right. What a miracle, how God works in mysterious ways. God was being patient with your process. God was showing you that you matter, you're worthy. God was showing you that, wow, that allows you to recognize you can go within and love yourself. You love yourself. You meant what you said what you meant. You wasn't trying to gaslight yourself. Wow, gaslighting yourself. Someone doesn't have you under the illusion and allow you to feel like you're the problem. Someone not manipulating your character. Someone not discouraging you, allowing you to feel like you're the issue. Only realize, wow, God works in mysterious ways. And God is protecting you when you least expect it. Never overlook a red flag when God places it right in front of you. Never overlook a red flag when God places it right in front of you. Never give up on yourself. Never get discouraged because they didn't see your worth. Wow, believing in yourself, understanding, wow, I'm not trying to be reminded of what I've been through when it comes to trauma and pain, but I'm just trying to show for myself that I'm not the issue. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding. Damn, neighbor, you took my kindness or weakness. I was only in my own lane. That energy is different. We all not the same. Haven't been in your own lane, minding your business, and your neighbor just tried to made you feel like you were the one that had bad intentions. Only to realize they shortchanged themselves to play victim. Only to realize, wow, God was working in mysterious ways. God called judgment on you that day, judging the book by its cover. Bothering innocent people. It's a thought process to me. You smile different. They judge you. You smile different. They overlook you. You smile different. They said that you was the issue. You smile different. What a view. You smile different, you're beautiful. You smile different, you're beautiful. Hey, you're beautiful! It's a thought process to me. Be yourself. It's not a crime to be yourself. They try to kick you down because you understood a temporary situation when it came to your disability. They try to kick you down because you understood a temporary situation when it came to change and growth and wanting to be different and understand change. And not wear a mask to gaslight yourself or your neighbor at the end of the day to kick them down. You understood change. Coming out your comfort zone. Because we all not the same. Not getting discouraged, finding change within. Showing up for yourself to better yourself. How God works in mysterious ways. How God is still patient with you. How God is still kind to you. How God is still showing you at the end of the day that, wow, God installed the light within you to understand your faith. understanding your faith, your dreams becoming your reality, being patient with time and change. You matter, you're worthy. Never allow yourself to get discouraged because someone doesn't see your faith. Never give up on yourself. Never hold yourself back. Never give up on you because they don't see your view. Never give up on you because they overlooked you. Never give up on you. It's kind of funny how they sneak this, you disrespect you, said that you was the issue at the end of the day, only to realize why they shortchanged themselves that day. Yeah, they asking for your help. Leave me alone. It's a thought process to me. When your dreams become your reality, being patient with yourself, not making yourself the issue. Because someone tried to shortchange you, to disrespect you. Say you wasn't worthy, you ain't got it like that. Say you wasn't worthy, you ain't got it like that. Why? Because you minding your business and they ain't understand your vision. It's the thought process for me. Never get discouraged. They disrespect you because you have self-confidence within yourself and you don't make yourself an excuse. They disrespect you within the process because you're trying to better yourself. They try to kick you down. Days when you're trying to find yourself, to balance yourself, they don't even understand what you're going through mentally. And you're only human trying to better yourself in your own lane. You have malicious intentions. It's sad when they judge a book by its cover when they supposed to be called your neighbor. This type of stuff happens every single day. They judge you before getting to know you. They disrespect you before actually having a conversation with you, saying they already know you and they don't even know themselves. Only to realize they got to self-reflect, to go in their own lane, to mind their business. Bothering innocent people, projecting that energy, only to return back to sender. Now you want to play victim because you dealt your own fair shit, your own karma. It really be the thought process to me. Because we all not the same. It's sad to see that someone has to antagonize someone's character to get a reaction out of somebody to seem as if they're the problem. Only to keep their neighbor down. It's not the norm. It's not the norm. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. And getting discouraged because someone doesn't know how to respect you when you ain't got malicious intentions. Never stop believing in yourself. Someone is not used to the norm of innocent people just minding their business. Never stop showing up for you. Never making excuses why you can't show up for yourself because someone tries to allow you to feel like you gotta question yourself to go within as if you're the issue. And I say that respectfully. Never get discouraged because someone decided to judge a book by its cover because it was you that day. And I say that respectfully. You know, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, regardless of what you was going through, you know how to respect somebody, not take their kindness for weakness. You don't gotta manipulate nobody to take their kindness for weakness. That's not how you're showing up. if y'all here bothering innocent people, leave them alone. Leave innocent people alone. Just leave the innocent people alone. Just leave the innocent people alone. Alone, alone, alone. Just leave the innocent people alone. That's the thought process to me. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. You know, you can save your comments for somebody else at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. But never get discouraged because somebody didn't see how great God created you. You know, God created you a certain special way for you to be special in your own special lane. Never get discouraged. And I say that respectfully. That relationship, it didn't work out. That job opportunity, it didn't work out. You know, certain individuals, things didn't work out in your life and they wasn't supposed to be part of your journey. Never get discouraged of who you are. And I say that respectfully. Because everybody's not supposed to be part of our life. They're not. And that's okay. And it's okay to respect someone's wishes, especially when they don't have malicious intentions. It's called respect, neighbor. You can't force somebody to deal with somebody. You can't force somebody to be around certain individuals when they don't need to be. And I say that respectfully. You know, we are all not the same. It's not somebody think they're better than anybody or somebody's being pointed out to be a bad person or whatever the case may be. Certain individuals is not supposed to be part of certain people's lives, and that's okay. Guess what? God created lame. Stay in your own lane. It's the thought process for me. Nah, for real though. It really is a thought process to me. You see how God works in mysterious ways. God didn't give up on you today. God didn't allow you to feel discouraged. Because God allowed you to see another day for all the right reasons. You may not understand it right now, but you're just trying to find your way. You're trying to be patient with your temporary situation. You're trying to show up for yourself, then you feel like you're trying to give up on yourself at the same time, trying to balance yourself up. You feel like you're hurting yourself on your own word some days. You don't feel like yourself. You feel like you're losing yourself. You feel discouraged. You're just trying to better yourself. Or you're trying to figure out how you're going to get to that job. How you trying to get that promotion. Or how you trying to become that best self, your best self vision of yourself to be that entrepreneur, that CEO, that boss that God created you to be with no malicious intentions. And you mad at you're worthy and never allow someone to discourage you. Never lose you, never lose hope within you. Because you mad at you're worthy. You know, you may be dealing with sickness right now. You put a name in your book. You may be dealing with a lifetime temporary situation right now. Or a permanent one. God has not given up on you. If you feel discouraged, God has not given up on you. I do not worship the devil, and I say that respectfully. I worship the good God. I worship the good God, and I say that respectfully. Nobody's perfect, but God knows that you are worthy, and God sees everything. The good God sees everything, and the good God sees when you judge a book by its cover, and the good God sees when you try to kick someone down, and the good God sees that you're discriminating against your neighbor, and your neighbor didn't have no malicious intention. You're trying to kick your neighbor down, and God sees everything. God sees. God sends someone to help you, and you kick them down within the process of showing up for yourself. And then you're trying to find yourself to figure out, why do you feel so discouraged today? And God was only trying to help you, not go against you. And you made it an issue because you was in secret competition with someone. You didn't like the fact that someone could elevate faster than you, and that's how God created them. It's a thought process to me. We are all not the same. You sat there and judged the book by its cover. This type of stuff happens every single day. And not only did God see you, but God gave you more than multiple chances to redeem yourself, to stop. And then you manipulated someone and you lied on them. And then you played victim. Now you took it to a whole different ball game. Now God gonna sit you down, and then you're trying to figure out, oh, why me? Why me? Why me? Now you want to play the victim card. Why me? It's sad to see how God works in mysterious ways, and when God sends you help, and when God is showing you at the end of the day that, hey, I'm not here to hurt you. You prayed, you asked for a prayer within a prayer, and God sends you what you asked for, only to realize, wow, you fumbled the whole entire table. You fumbled it. And not only did you fumble it, but you was being disrespectful within the process. And God sees everything. God sees when you manipulate a child of God, a chosen one. God sees it. Either a star seed, a golden child, a child of God. The good God saw when someone went against you and you didn't have malicious intentions. God saw all the unfair share hands of what was dealt when it came to someone disrespecting you. When you was just trying to show up for yourself and he's trying to make you feel like you was the issue. It's a thought process to me. When you don't have to manipulate God, when you don't have to disrespect your neighbor within the process and you showing up for yourself. Because we are all not the same. God sees everything. The good God. The good God sees everything. And it's sad that you call judgment on yourself. And because you call judgment on yourself, it's your own karma. And I say that respectfully. It's your own karma. Now you want to play victim. But what is your true intentions that day, neighbor? It's one thing taking accountability, but when you run from it, that energy is different. People quick to say they real, they loyal, but that's an excuse to cover the mask because ain't nothing real about them or loyal about them at the end of the day. Because all they do is make excuses, trying to project their charm and pain on innocent people when everybody's not the same. The energy is different. Be careful who you kick down. Be careful who, when you're judging a book by its cover. God sees everything. It's a thought process of me. You know, You don't have to manipulate God, and God is not for sale. And I say that respectfully. The good God is not for sale. No dollar in this world would be able to identify how God is truly works miracles at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. The real good God. You would never have to pay $1 for the good God. And God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. Never get discouraged because of a temporary situation, because someone tried to make you discouraged. Never get discouraged. Never get discouraged. Even when someone is trying to kick you down and they don't see your vision, and third-party conversations is not adding up, and you was never the issue, you was just different. You just knew how to respect your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, and stay in your own lane with no malicious intentions. Never get discouraged. Never get discouraged. You know, sometimes people are not going to understand how God is truly favoring you. Or some people judge you because of the fact that of your sexual orientation. And you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or innocent people around you. But never get discouraged because they don't understand how God is favoring you. And God works in mysterious ways. God is still patient with your process. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. You can't be nobody else but you. And that's what they can't take from you is you. They can copy you all day long, but they can't take your soul. Because God works in mysterious ways. They can mimic you all day long, but they can't take your soul. So powerful. It's the thought process of me. Hello. I'm just saying. That's true though. They can copy you all day long. They can mimic you all day long. But the original is the soul that's within you. The soul that's within you can't be marked, remarked. It can't, because it's you. You're the original, and you will always forever be the original, even if they don't give you the credit when it's due. God sees everything. God sees who's rooting you on, and God sees the ones who's projecting you fall when you least expect it. But when you have that beautiful soul, and you have that soul where you ain't gotta manipulate nobody and play victim and hide your hands, you bully who you wanna bully at the end of the day. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's the type of stuff that people do. They pick and choose who they wanna bully. They pick and choose. And when they pick and choose who they wanna bully, they hide their hands and they play victim. Like the ones who be in secret competition with you. And you never even knew you was in secret competition with them. You was minding your business, and they like, dang, how you keep outdoing me? And only to realize at the end of the day, you was never in competition with nobody. You was just minding your business. You thought it was supposed to be an even exchange, respecting your neighbor in your own lane, but your neighbor didn't feel that way that day. At the end of the day, it's no competition. When you want a good God's timing, creativity is what's the best that comes within. And if you know how to create, and God has given you that gift, and God has allowed you to become your best self vision of yourself, you didn't have malicious intentions to, hurt yourself or hurt your neighbor at the end of the day, then God will show you the way. The energy is different. Yeah. It's a thought process to me. But it's real sad that someone being themselves, the original, someone feels intimidated, someone feels threatened, someone feels like they have no self-control and they want to hurt somebody, or they want to kick someone down, or they don't want someone to be able to survive and be able to eat and provide for their family. It really be the thought process to me. Why do people do that? It's a thought process to me. I can never sit here and kick my neighbor down and try to play them close and hide my hands and play victim. I can't do that. And seek a competition because you're a hater, jealous of somebody and they don't even know you. It really be the thought process of me. It really do. Always be yourself. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't want you to elevate. And you just in your own lane, minding your business. God works in mysterious ways. And knowing your worth is very important. To understand your self-value, to correct yourself when you're right and you're wrong, to understand self-control, to go within, to understand self-awareness, that you're paying attention. Because you matter, you're worthy. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't see your worth. Regardless of your disability, your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, you matter and you are worthy, or your age. Especially when you don't have malicious intentions to hurt innocent people. And I say that respectfully. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. But never allow someone to allow you to feel like you're wrong for choosing you. When you have to show up for you. Because they try to kick you down. Or they judged a book by its cover. And they disrespected you in the process when when God saw that unfair shit here, and they dished out to you, only to realize they shortchanged themselves and called karma on themselves. At the end of the day, Judgment's Day is here. Judgment's Day is here. Have you not been paying attention? It's a thought process for me. We're all not the same. Never give up on yourself. Never lose sight of day as to who you are because someone doesn't want you to understand your faith that God installed within you. Because you have self-confidence within yourself and someone doesn't like that, never get discouraged or allow yourself to feel like you're the problem. You can overcome that relationship that didn't work out, or you can overcome that job opportunity that didn't work out for you, or you can overcome those obstacles when you thought that you had the proper support and they shortchanged you and you just kept showing up for yourself and you didn't make excuses as to why this, why that. You just kept showing up for yourself. And someone didn't like that. Someone put you in secret competition with you. Someone put you in secret competition. And you never was in competition with them. You was just in your own lane. It's a thought process to me when you know your worth. And when someone tries to antagonize your character, you stood up for yourself in a healthy way and they understand that while we are all not the same. How God works in mysterious ways. Even if they try to manipulate the situation and try to play victim to hide their hands, God saw what they was doing when they came to their true intentions, when it came to you. And I say that respectfully because God sees everything. The good God sees everything. That's why you gotta be careful when judging a book by its cover or kicking someone down. Why would you kick somebody down before you actually know them? Why would you kick somebody down and disrespect them and you got kids that you raising? Because now you gotta remember at the end of the day, you're calm, you got your own fair share. Yeah. Only to realize now you wanna play victim, now you gotta go with that. Because you bother someone else's child, let alone a child of God. That energy is different. But you so godly. And God saw what you was doing. It's a thought process, and we're all not the same. You know, my content is not for everybody. And I say this respectfully. I don't think I'm better than anybody. But I know how to respect my neighbor. And respect is a two-way street. And I'm understanding God's favor. To understand my faith, to stay in my own lane. And I don't gotta gaslight nobody to manipulate nobody when it comes to the good God favoring me. And I say that respectfully. So you can keep your negative comments and let alone your energy to yourself. And I say that respectfully. You know, we are all not the same. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, or your disability, you don't gotta kick somebody down because they tie their shoe different. You don't gotta kick somebody down because someone didn't know how to love you. You don't gotta kick somebody down to manipulate them. You don't gotta kick somebody down because of the fact that you don't know how to show up for yourself and someone did you wrong, not the innocent person who was minding their business. We are all not the same. And God saw what you was doing. It's a thought process to me. You know, what a lot of people fail to realize too, with the good God, you can't run from your karma but for so long. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you don't know how to take accountability. When you run from it and you can't be real, and all you keep screaming is, I'm real, I'm real, I'm real. Only to roll a mask. Only for this whole entire time you're wearing a mask. You're wearing a mask. Wow. And only for the mask to fall off that your true intentions was to have malicious intentions to size somebody up or line them up or psych them out their thought process because you ain't have good intentions. And you keep screaming at you real. And you bothering innocent people. You know, when it comes to healing trauma and pain, it would never be an overnight process, and it's not a competition when it comes to healing trauma and pain. And I say that respectfully. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. It's not. And that's okay. But save your negative energy for somebody else. It's a thought process to me. Loving yourself is not a crime. So never get discouraged because someone tries to allow you to feel like believing in yourself and caring for yourself and knowing your worth. To understand your peace that you install within yourself, to understand your self-awareness. It wasn't an overnight process, but you was willing to better yourself. To understand, wow, self-control, to stay in your own lane when you only minding your business. Because we all not the same. Never stop loving yourself. I mean what you're saying, say what you mean. All money ain't good money. It's a thought process to me. And I say that respectfully. God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. Never give up on yourself. When he discovered you, never give up on yourself. Because he didn't have hope within you. Never discovered yourself. Trying to be patient with yourself. Never discovered yourself. Never discovered yourself trying to give up on yourself. Giving up on yourself wasn't part of God's plan. You was willing to live in the moment to show up for yourself. Not to be reminded of your past and your trauma and your pain. Took accountability for your actions, not to wear a mask. They tried to discourage you that day only to realize, wow, things will never be the same. Understanding your faith, understanding, wow, I hope one day that things would change, and only for God to show you at the end of the day, God works in mysterious ways. God allows you to believe in yourself. God allows you to be patient with your process. God allows you to understand the wounds that was installed within you to heal, mentally to show for yourself not to become a victim when it came to trauma and pain. Your prayers was answered when you least expected. God works in mysterious ways. When God woke you up this morning to show you to go within, that you were worthy. You were worthy. You were more than worthy to see it on the day. They gave up on you. They allowed you to feel like you was dysfunctional only for you to go within, that you matter, you're worthy. Wow. To maintain peace, something that you didn't know how to go within one day only to realize things would change. God allowed you to see on the day for all the right reasons. They gave up on you, but you didn't give up on yourself. They gave up on you, you didn't overlook yourself. They gave up on you. Look how time changed. You didn't give up on you. You didn't allow yourself to be in the mindset of depression and anxiety, and the mindset of what they labeled you that day because of the fact that they didn't know how to be real with themselves, be real with you. When you was just in your own lane. You know, some people mean what they say what they mean. Change comes growth, and growth from change, and understand the true self-awareness that, hey, I recognize myself today that I am not the same. And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I ain't got to wear a mask, and it wasn't about money that day. The energy is different. You matter, you're worthy. They judge a book by its cover when it came to you. They overlooked you. They took your kindness for weakness. Why you didn't shortchange yourself, and you wasn't the issue. How God works in mysterious ways. How things do change. When you mean what you say and say what you mean, when a good God is by your side. And showing you at the end of the day you are worthy with good intentions, and you ain't gotta wear a mask to gaslight nobody. You know, kicking your neighbor down with malicious intentions, or being a hate in disguise with malicious intentions, because wow, God see what you're doing behind closed doors, and you might want to stop, neighbor, because I heard karma is real. It's okay to be yourself. Never get discouraged because you're just being yourself. Like, never get discouraged. Ever realize somebody ever told you that It don't make sense for you to believe in your dreams, or it don't make sense for you to believe in yourself, or believing in yourself is stupid, or trying to make you feel like you need to just give up on yourself because they don't see your worth, or they try to just kick you down and to make you feel like, hey, well, I don't care about you either. Whatever you told me about your trauma and your pain, I'm going to do the same dysfunctional behavior to you. All because you believed in yourself. And you didn't allow someone to stop you. All because you was able to show up for yourself days when you couldn't see for yourself and you didn't allow that to be an excuse. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, wow, you didn't have to use your trauma, your pain to make you dysfunctional. You just knew how to respect your neighbor. You wasn't trying to make it an issue. The energy is different. All because you believe in yourself. You understood a temporary situation because you believed in yourself. They didn't understand how you was overcoming obstacles right to left when it was trying to make you dysfunctional. They was throwing spell work at you in a dysfunctional way, right to left, only to realize, wow, how to return back to center actually works. Now they dealing with pain. The energy is different. Because you believe in yourself. Someone try to make you discouraged. Someone tries to make you mentally discouraged. They say that nobody's for you. You will never be nobody. Who are you? Who you think you are? You're nobody. Only to realize God created you to be somebody, to believe in yourself, understanding your faith. Wow, we are not the same. You see how your neighbor kicks you down? And you just mind your business to go with it? We're not the same. That's crazy. All because you believe in yourself. Never get discouraged. Never allow someone to allow your smile that you allowed to install within, and it shows on the outside to get dim. No, never stop. Because someone didn't see your worth. Someone didn't know how to respect you that day. Someone didn't know that God placed you in their life, but no malicious intentions, and they didn't know how to respect you, but God saw their true intentions. At the end of the day, now they want to play victim, to hide their hands, blow. This type of stuff happens every single day. That's why you gotta be careful when judging a book by its cover. Because we all not the same. It's not a crime to believe in yourself. And it's not a crime to not allow someone to allow you to get discovered because you're willing to choose you. It's okay to override the discouraging moments and show up for yourself and show at the end of the day, I ain't doing this for you, I'm doing it for me, because at the end of the day, I'm on God's timing. I'm understanding the receiver. That energy is different. When God is paying attention and showing you at the end of the day that you truly favored, and how God works in mysterious ways. When God is protecting you, showing you that you're not the issue, the energy is different. Because you matter, you're worthy. You matter and you are worthy. And especially when you don't have malicious intentions to hurt yourself or innocent people. And you wasn't bothering nobody regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, or your disability, or your age. Because we are all not the same. It's a thought process for me. Never get discouraged. Never get discouraged. And I say that respectfully. You can only be you. Can nobody be you but you. They cannot duplicate you at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. They can't take your soul. They can't. They can never take your soul. They can never copy your soul. It's a full process for me. Hello. Never get discouraged. You know, healing trauma and pain, it's not a race. And healing trauma and pain, it would never be an overnight process. It would never be an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. It would never be an overnight process. And it's not a crime to be yourself and without wearing a mask. It's not a crime to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Respect is a two-way street. Because someone ties their shoe different, it doesn't mean kick your neighbor down. And I say that respectfully. You don't know who you judging. Only to realize you judged yourself because you kicked your neighbor down. And God saw your true intentions. And I say that respectfully. Healing trauma and pain would never be an overnight process. Never, ever, ever. But it starts with you. It truly does. It starts mentally with you. And doing spell work on innocent people is not going to make you elevate any faster than what you are right now. And I say that respectfully. Because what happens is you're dealing your own fair share, you're more karma, and God sees what you're doing. So leave innocent people alone, projecting spell work on innocent people that's minding their business. Because you're a hate in disguise. Or you're just a hate in disguise and you're just bothering innocent people because you don't want someone to elevate faster than you. You want someone to get discouraged, so you manipulate them. You want someone to live in fear and shortchange themselves because of the fact that you can't keep up with them. Because they choose themselves to better themselves. And only to realize this whole entire time they was minding their business in their own lane. And you was the issue. You know, God, the good God sees everything. And I say that respectfully. So if you had any malicious intentions to bother innocent people, God saw what you was doing. Or God showed you at the end of the day how your neighbor knows how to respect you, and you have malicious intentions towards your neighbor, or you try to say something about their thought process, they fear in their pockets or their eyesight, God saw what you was doing. And you try to kick somebody down in the process, God saw what you was doing. The good God saw what you was doing. Like, you only call judgment on yourself. And I say that respectfully. Leave innocent people alone. Leave innocent people alone. It's a thought process to me. You only call judgment on yourself. It's really the thought process for me. It's not a crime to be yourself. Always be yourself. They gave up on you. They overlooked you. Never stop believing in you. Because they try to shortchange you. Never allow yourself to be an excuse why they shortchange you. And I say that respectfully. They took your kindness or weakness. God saw what they was doing. Trust and believe. They about to be the issue. When it come to their trauma and their pain, they only dish their own fair share, their own karma. It's the thought process. Me, I said what I said. God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. Because they don't believe in you. They try to discourage you. Because they don't believe in you. They don't see your faith. Because they don't believe in you. They overlooked you. Because they don't believe in you. They had to manipulate your character. They was disloyal to you. They was playing mind manipulation games with you, saying that you was the issue. Secret competition with you. They act like they was your biggest cheerleader. Behind closed doors, they was really trying to line you up, psych you out your thought process, let alone your pockets, your eyesight, because they ain't have good intentions. And God was paying attention at the end of the day to see what they was doing. Yeah, behind closed doors. It really be the thought process. I mean, we are all not the same. Like I said, I'm the original owner to all my words of my videos, and I say that respectfully. To all my content that I put out, I'm the original owner for word for word. It's the whole process. Me, I said what I said. It's not a crime to love yourself. It's not a crime to go within because someone doesn't understand your vision. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you don't have malicious intentions, and especially when you're not in secret competition with somebody, or especially when you're not out here manipulating somebody to be somebody else that you're truly not at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Be yourself. That's the only way you can be, is be yourself. You can try to be like somebody all day long. Be yourself, be original. Don't need to copycat something that at the end of the day that God didn't install within you only because the fact that you're about to become your own issue. It really be the thought process to me, how people be out here projecting their trauma and they pain on innocent people and they realize they're only the issue. Hello, it's the thought process to me. I said what I said. Nah, but this type of stuff happens every single day. And it's sad. Because violence becomes a problem behind it. It does. An innocent person that's minding their business. Someone is jealous of somebody. Somebody's manipulating somebody. Somebody doing spell work in a dysfunctional way to hide their hands and play victim. Trying to say sorry. Weapons and being drawn right to left at the end of the day, only to realize who's the real problem. The one who went screaming victim. Out here bothering innocent people. That was just minding their business. It really be the thought process to me. This type of stuff happens every single day. And it's sad. It really is sad. Someone be in secret competition with you. Someone disrespects you before they actually got to know you. They made an assumption within an assumption about you at the end of the day when you're just different. They not used to see something different and new and genuine and true. But that's not your problem, so never make you allow yourself to be an excuse. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. The only person you're judging at the end of the day is God. Hello, I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. When you don't gotta be disloyal to somebody or manipulate their character to gaslight them, to play them close, to act like you're so invested into them. The energy is different. It's sad that individuals have to play somebody close to manipulate them, only to realize they had controlling issues. And they didn't understand self-control. And then somebody becomes a victim. Imagine an innocent person minding their business. Why does it have to be you to become the issue? Another homicide, unsolved. What a case. What a mystery. Another day. This type of stuff happens every single day. It really be the thought process of being we're all not the same. It's sad that the norm became violence. The norm became violence. And then people bothering innocent people that are bystanders. Why is this the norm? Why is this the norm? It shouldn't have to wait until it's your household for you to understand that you need to stop the violence in your community. At the end of the day, it's not about you being nosy neighbor. No, it's not. Are you telling on somebody? What's wrong with you people? It really be the thought process. I mean, what happened to all the God-fearing children at the end of the day? The ones who's not against this stuff? Mm. That's all it seems to be. Violence became the norm. To going against something that would never make sense. To show up for something to go against it, it would never make sense. Because you'll feel like you're the only voice that's actually making sense. You haven't been spoken up at the end of the day when something was wrong, and he said that you're doing wrong, only for at the end of the day to realize common sense ain't common sense nowadays. What a vision. It really be the thought process to me. It's sad and disturbing that this became the norm. Violence, hate crime, discrimination, racism, or whatever you want to call it in your book, at the end of the day, is so dysfunctional. I say that respectfully. Dang, what a view. A community going against one person, that's a disaster. Someone truly minding their business to go within. Someone that knows how to go within. And that was you that day. You went within to find you, the better you. Not to make excuses why you gotta hurt an innocent person, but to understand your view, not to project your trauma and pain on innocent people, because you understood God's vision, that you was paying attention. Because God was guiding you to better days ahead, even when you didn't understand yourself, to understand your faith. We are all not the same, and I say that respectfully, especially when you're moving on God's time, the energy is different. What a blessing. You can only be yourself, and that's original. How God works in mysterious ways. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But protect your energy, because not everybody's serving your time of your day. And never get discouraged being your best self vision of yourself, especially when you don't have malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to allow you to feel like you need to shortchange yourself, or you need to get discouraged because they don't see your worth, or let alone they don't know how to respect you, to respect themselves. And they trying to make you the excuse, you the issue, when you was only being genuine and true. And they took your kindness for weakness to manipulate your character for something you truly wasn't. All because of the fact they was trying to antagonize your character that day, and you knew how to go with that. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You knew how to respect your neighbor with no malicious intentions. We are all not the same. Never get discouraged today. And I say that respectfully. And especially why I say what I say is because of the fact that don't allow someone to allow you to shift your mindset from what you said, what you wanted to do today that was change. Don't allow someone to antagonize your character. Don't allow someone to manipulate you or discourage you and make you feel like you're the issue because you knew how to tie your shoe. The energy is different. And you just minding your business. And you're trying to show up for yourself to elevate. And you wasn't the issue. And you matter and you're worthy enough to know at the end of the day that you are genuinely loved by all the right people that are genuinely, truly for you with no malicious intentions. And respect and kindness is a two-way street, and loyalty is a two-way street. Y'all both meeting each other halfway. Because God will send all the right people into your life with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully because you matter and you are worthy. So don't get discouraged today because someone sees that you're in a good mood. Someone sees that you're trying to elevate. Someone sees that you're choosing you. And you're not getting discouraged because you're not allowing yourself to become your worst enemy to manipulate you. You matter, you're worthy. You know, God hasn't given up on you. God hasn't overlooked you. Don't get discouraged or allow yourself to feel like you gotta shortchange yourself because someone didn't choose you or someone didn't know how to respect you or certain individuals you thought was supposed to be in your life was going to show up for you to be your biggest cheerleaders, but they only shortchanged you, and it allows you to feel like you was the issue. And this whole entire time it was not true because you didn't have malicious intentions, and all they did was take your kindness or weakness, and it allows you to feel like you had to go into that mental state of depression, anxiety, sleepless nights, or you put whatever exchange in your book. But God was showing you a different way. God was showing you that you do matter. God was showing you that you are worthy. And God will send all the right people into your life, and you was not the problem. It wasn't you. You was different. It's okay to be different. And it's okay to be different and not have malicious intentions to kick your neighbor down. Not judge a book by its cover and paint and allow someone to allow you to make you feel like they painted a narrative of you, of somebody that you truly wasn't because of the fact that they wanted you to get discouraged and they wanted to manipulate your character and kick you down. And God was seeing what they was doing behind closed doors. And only for you to continue to show up for yourself because God was protecting you. Because God saw that you wasn't the issue. And God saw that you matter and you are worthy. And God was showing you at the end of the day, hey, what a red flag looks like up close in person. Somebody that's truly for you. It's not going to go against you. Somebody that's truly for you is going to uplift you. Somebody that's truly for you will never put you in secret competition with you, with yourself. Because we are all not the same. When it comes to healing trauma and pain, when it comes to elevating, when it comes to becoming your best self vision of yourself, it's no such thing as competition. Because at the end of the day, you got to still reality check with yourself, and only God knows what your issue is. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. So whatever you do behind closed doors, only God's going to judge you. When you're judging your neighbor, you only just judge yourself. And now you became your own issue. And you already was your own issue, dealing with your own trauma and your pain, being dysfunctional, projecting it on innocent people. And we are all not the same. The energy has different. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't see your worth. And someone doesn't understand how God is truly favoring you. Someone doesn't understand how God is showing up for you. Someone does not understand how God is working miracles in your life when you don't have to have malicious intentions. And it wasn't an overnight process healing trauma and pain. And you didn't allow the lack of a mother or a lack of a father showing up for you to be an excuse to better yourself. You didn't allow that to be an excuse because we are all not the same. You didn't use excuses as to how someone didn't know how to love you or respect you, allow you to shortchange yourself because you still showed up for yourself, and they want you to be discouraged. When God is truly covering you and protecting you and showing you at the end of the day, you can do this. You got this. Continue to be patient with your process. They gave up on you. They overlooked you. They judged a book by its cover. They took your kindness or weakness, but God has not given up on you. God is still patient with you. God is still kind to you. God is still loving you. God is still showing up for you. Days when you can't see for yourself. Days when you're still being patient with your process. God is still showing up for you. Days when you feel hopeless. Days when you feel sick. Days when you feel unbalanced. Days when you can't see for yourself. God is still showing up for you. And you're not allowing it to be an excuse as to why you're not showing up for you. You're showing up for you every single day because God is guiding you your way. God is showing you your faith. God is showing you that you are a believer. But then being a believer to understand your miracles are real. They swear up and down you out here doing spell work to become your best self vision of yourself, and you're just protecting and asking for protecting of your neighbor and for them to be safe, and that's all you're doing. And hoping one day they find themselves to better themselves to find peace within. And don't bother innocent people. Because we are all not the same. We all not the same. And it's okay to be yourself. Don't get discouraged because someone judged a book by its cover when it came to you. And you was in your own lane. Because that's sometimes it takes for sometimes for somebody, you don't know what mental state somebody can be in. That's why you gotta be kind to people. Because some people may not deal with certain things how others may deal with certain things when it comes to, self-control or, having discipline or respect and for themselves or their neighbor. And by you trying to kick somebody down, they can go into something called a depression, a mindset of losing themselves mentally, far so gone, only to realize, wow, not everybody's the same. It's always the person screaming, I'm so real, I'm real, I'm real, I'm real. Be the one so hurting innocent people with their trauma and their pain and they playing victim to hide their hands. But God saw what you was doing with your true intentions. Bother innocent people. It's a thought process to me. We're all not the same. It's not a crime to love yourself. And it's not a crime to not allow someone to allow you to lose yourself. Because they don't know how to value your time and day. They don't know how to respect you. And they allowed you to feel like you was the issue when they took your kindness for weakness, when you knew how to show for somebody good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, and you understood the even exchange when it came to God's time and to respect your neighbor with no malicious intentions, and all you was doing was showing up for your neighbor. It's a thought process, and we all not the same. Wow, I just realized that. God works in mysterious ways. A butterfly a butterfly blossom. A butterfly allow their wings to gain access to a world so cold and so miserable. But they allowed it to be so beautiful, to go within, to love themselves, to treat themselves right, when everybody felt like they were so dysfunctional. Wow, you blossoming. Not only you blossoming, you became such a beautiful queen and king when you least expected how beautiful things may be. Now that you're able to self-reflect today and understand how you went within with all the right good intentions and you wasn't trying to shortchange your neighbor with malicious intentions that day, and you was just trying to become your best self-vision of yourself when you didn't even know how to become your best self-vision of yourself. It wasn't an overnight process to better yourself. Wow, you understood your wings that was installed within you. It was access granted to the world so beautiful and true to you that you created for yourself. Would a dream come true? You're being patient with your process, understanding balance and communication. How genuine and true you truly are to yourself, that wow, things will never be the same. God is allowing you to blossom. The energy is different. When your dreams become your reality, continue to blossom, butterfly. Continue to blossom, butterfly. You are worthy. Continue to blossom. Continue to blossom. You are so genuine and kind, and you didn't have to kick your neighbor down. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. God understood your wings that God installed within you so you can understand your faith, that wow, God works in mysterious ways, allowing yourself to blossom. And you didn't get distracted. You believed in yourself not to give up on yourself. You showed up for yourself not to get distracted. You matter, you're worthy. When they gave up on you, they overlooked you. You believed in yourself to better yourself. They judged a book by its cover. You showed up for yourself. You matter, you're worthy. They didn't see your faith, but you was willing to do better. You didn't give up on yourself, understanding God's faith that God installed within you. What an amazing day that God allowed you to see another day for all the right reasons. God works in mysterious ways. Wow, what a miracle. They see you. What a miracle. What a dream come true. It was you that God chose in that day so you could become your best self vision of yourself when you believed in yourself another day. Because God works in mysterious ways. Continue to blossom, butterfly. It's a thought process to me. I truly preach the time to the genuine ones only. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time of your day. You matter and you are worthy. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time of your day. Never allow a hate in disguise or personal misintentions, like your thought process and feeding your pockets or your eyesight, because they ain't got good intentions. Never allow someone to discourage you. Never allow someone to discourage you. Continue to be patient with your process. Even, if you're an entrepreneur, a CEO, a business owner, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, if you're just someone that's breathing right now, never get discouraged, losing hope within yourself because someone tries to kick you down or someone doesn't see your faith or someone doesn't believe and recognize that you are worthy of somebody, especially when God created you. How dare somebody even try to judge you? At the end of the day, they only judging God, and I say that respectfully. You matter, you are worthy. God works in mysterious ways. I don't know how long that butterfly was like that for so long, but it's a thought process for me. God works in mysterious ways. God is good. I don't do any type of rituals when it comes to demonic stuff, devilish stuff, and at the end of the day, I do not. I'm out on demon time, not even a little bit. No, I'm not. No, thank you. Have a nice day somewhere else. But I am a child of God, and I only deal with the good God, and I say that respectfully. And God is good, and God works in mysterious ways. And, you gotta be careful when you judge someone's sexual orientation or you judge someone's disability, their culture, their age, or what they've been through in their life, being sexually assaulted as a child. That's something not to play with, especially a baby being sexually assaulted. For someone to laugh at someone's pain, I really think that's really dysfunctional. And especially when someone doesn't have to lie. It's one thing when someone's out here manipulating a character that they're truly not at the end of the day. That's something totally different. But there are innocent children out here that are being put in situations and they're becoming someone's victim, and it's not right, and it needs to stop. People making a mockery, making jokes about children being sexually assaulted, or children being violated, or children being disrespected as a joke, and it's not a joke. And I say that respectfully. It's nothing funny about a child being violated by an adult or by someone that's supposed to be, they're supposed to be under supervision with, as a guardian or something. There's nothing funny about that. It really isn't. And I understand why this type of stuff became the norm anyway. It's so dysfunctional and it's so unhealthy because there are a lot of people who are looking for help. And I say this respectfully. There are a lot of people who are looking for help. Nobody got a copycat. Nobody at the end of the day be like nobody. How God installed somebody to be with their creativity, that's how God created them. And I say that respectfully. So for somebody to feel like somebody's copycatting them or someone's a hate at the end of the day, please go find yourself and better yourself. I say that respectfully, but it's a thought process to me. It's sad that the norm of the norm, and it's not the norm, that children are being violated. And people that you least expect that are laughing behind closed doors or making a mockery behind this as it's funny, God sees what you're doing. And to the people who are doing this, God sees who you are. You know, you thought you was able to pay your way out of certain situations. At the end of the day, all money ain't good money. And I say that respectfully. We are all not the same. It's a lot of sex predators in this world. Either they're females or men. And I say that respectfully. So when I say a sex offender, at the end of the day, you put a name to the person's book. You judged them, I didn't. I said what I said. If they're a predator, they're a predator. It really be the thought process to me. How people move at the end of the day. How the predator became the real one. How? They hurting innocent kids. And then they're walking around like it's the norm. Then they impregnate innocent kids. And they're walking around like it's the norm. And then the society makes it seem like it's the norm, and it's not the norm. It really be the dysfunctional mindset for me, what really became the norm. That's not the norm, and God sees everything. The good God sees everything. It's a thought process to me. We are all not the same, and I say that respectfully. We are all not the same. This type of stuff really needs to stop. It really does. Because there are real life victims out here that's been sexually assaulted, maybe as a child point of view, as an adult, and they need the proper help. And y'all sitting here making a joke out of this type of stuff, out of this behavior like it's funny. There's nothing funny about it. It's sad. And it's sad to see that the society, that your neighbor that you sitting next to or someone that you may know, they're laughing about someone being violated until it's their family member. Does that make any sense? Why does it have to wait until someone happens into your household for you to say this is not a joke anymore? But why was it a joke from the beginning? It's a thought process to me. But the good God sees everything. And it's sad that society really believes that this is the norm. And it's not the norm. It's not the norm. It's not the norm. Everybody deserves to heal from trauma and pain. Everybody does. There should be no reason why somebody's kicking somebody down because they've been a victim of being sexually assaulted. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But God works in mysterious ways, and God sees everything. The good God sees everything. Never allow someone to challenge you out of becoming your best self version of yourself. Meaning never allow someone to manipulate your character to shortchange you. Because you believe in yourself. And because you believe in yourself, you're not allowing yourself to get discouraged. Because you believe in yourself, you're not allowing yourself to allow yourself to go into that mental state of dealing with depression again, dealing with sleepless nights, dealing with the mindset. Am I becoming my best self vision of myself when I'm trying again? Going in circles, only to feel like you're only shortchanging yourself and you're not trying to be the issue, to become your worst enemy. Because someone doesn't want to see you grow. This type of stuff happens every single day, maybe on a job. It could be in a relationship. Someone doesn't want to see you grow. Family members. Someone doesn't want to see you grow. Associate, stranger in the street. You put a name to your book. You'd be so surprised. But never shortchange yourself. Getting discovered was never part of God's plan. The good God, it was never part of God's plan. And I say that respectfully. It was never part of God's plan for you to give up on yourself. God installed patience within us. God installed patience within us. And because God installed patience within us, God is still being patient with us. So that means when you're going through trials and tribulations in your life, right? Don't just wait till it's just that moment of your life and you're calling out to God at the end of the day. You need to be calling out to God every single day. Because God is showing up for you. And how you want God to show up for you if you have stepping with God. And I say that respectfully. God sees you, but at the same time, too, God's still going to bypass you because you're only showing up at the end of the day when you're only going through something. Don't shortchange yourself when you're dealing with God. And I say that respectfully because God is amazing and God is good and God works miracles when you least expect it. And don't allow someone to allow you to feel like you're the problem because you're allowing yourself to choose God. The good God. The good God that's showing you, wow, miracles do come true. I'm believing myself in a different point of view. I'm not allowing someone to shortchange me because they didn't understand my blessing. At the end of the day, I was willing to catch it right to left, only to realize I wasn't my problem. Only to realize God allowed me to see who was truly for me, to go within and understand their true intentions. Only to realize God closed that door for all the right reasons. Now you're elevating, becoming your best self vision of yourself, understanding how God was truly favoring you. The energy is different when you know how to go within. That's why they don't want to see becoming your best self vision of yourself when they try to discover you. They said that you was the issue. They said that you was the issue. When they took your kindness for weakness, they manipulated your character. They was disrespectful to you, hiding your hands, saying that you was the problem. Imagine someone trying to manipulate your character, lie on you, discriminate against you, only for you to be the only person when you went into the room and you didn't have a problem with anybody, but you tied your shoes differently. And they looked at you like you was the issue because they judged a book by its cover, only to realize they mask fell off. Now they got to go within. It's because God works in mysterious ways when it comes to you. The energy is different. Be patient with your process when loving yourself. It would never be an overnight process getting in tune with yourself. But you matter your worth because God is truly favoring you. God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. You matter, you're worthy. Never give up on you. Never stop finding you within you because someone didn't know how to show up for you or someone tried to discourage you and you didn't allow you to become your excuse. To become your own worst enemy, to play victim, then hide your hands. No, that's not the excuse how you look in the day when you look in the mirror and look at your view. You understood self-accountability. You understood self-awareness to stay in your lane, that you was only respecting your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding, that you understood the even exchange to love yourself right, to respect yourself, to understand, wow, God is truly favoring you. The energy is different when you're patient with your process. God is truly patient with you. It's a thought process to me. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself. You can only be you. Can't nobody take your soul from you that God installed within you. You know how God is allowing you to show up for yourself? They can copycat you all day long, but they can't be the original, the soul that's within you. It's a thought process to me. Because we all not the same. You know, it's not a crime to be yourself. And never allow someone to stop your view that God installed within you to become your best self vision of yourself. When they try to use you, abuse you, manipulate you, or they made you feel like you was the issue, you matter, you are worthy. They disrespected you. They took your kindness for weakness. They tried to play victim to hide their hands, only to realize you was truly minding your business. You knew how to go within, and you knew how to stay true to yourself, to not have malicious intentions, but to understand your vision that God installed within you. And that's what they couldn't keep up with, was understanding your faith. It's a thought process. I mean, we're all not the same. Never stop loving yourself. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't want you to better yourself. Being real with yourself without wearing a mask to gaslight anybody at the end of the day was just your intentions. To show up for yourself the genuine way. Because you knew how to respect your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. It was an even exchange, understanding God was playing when it came to you. That you didn't have to kick your neighbor down. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Because God was truly favoring you. Because God works in mysterious ways when you least expect it. Never allow a temporary situation to shortchange you or psych you out your thought process, freeing your pockets of your eyesight. And I say that respectfully because we are all not the same. Sometimes temporary situations can make you feel dysfunctional, make you feel like you got to question yourself, is you the issue? But when you know you tried your best to show up for yourself, God's going to reroute you when you least expect it to the right route, to the right route, to the right route. Because God is still patient with you. Now realizing how strong you truly are, but you was willing to go within, days when you couldn't even see for yourself to pay attention. You say you wanted to find peace within, only to realize you was going within circles to find yourself, to better yourself, only to realize, wow, you didn't want to shortchange yourself. They understand how strong you truly was. Days when you couldn't even see for yourself. You was just trying to find balance when it came to patience, to understand yourself, to be becoming your best self vision of yourself. When days when you feel like giving up on yourself, you know, going in circles. Everybody gave up on you because they said that you was the problem causing the issues when it came to dysfunctional behavior, trauma, and pain, only to realize they was the issue. Because when you look back to rewind time, you looked at everything that you did was show up for everybody, but they shortchanged you, to gaslight you, to act like they didn't know nobody. When you start to get yourself together, that's the type of stuff that happens when you go within. And it's okay because you understood to find yourself, to better yourself, that everybody was supposed to be part of your journey and things would never be the same. When you understood growth and change, the wow. Look in the mirror today to recognize, wow, your past don't live for today. They try to kick you down so bad, only to realize they shortchanged themselves when it came to communication, how now you can go within. You know not to hurt yourself with your own words when it comes to becoming your own worst enemy. Because you know how I felt that day, to be this so dysfunctional when it came to depressed nights, depressed days, sleepless nights, overeating, eating, doing too much. That's how you felt. Abandoning yourself, mentally unstable, just trying to find yourself to better yourself. Wow. You matter, you're worthy, you ain't get discouraged, allow yourself to be the issue. When they gave up on you, they didn't overlook you. You almost did, but you didn't allow yourself to allow that temporary situation to use you, to abuse you. You allowed it to strengthen you, to make you stronger. That's why wise you are today, to become your best self vision of yourself when they overlooked you. You matter, you're worthy. You know what I say about copycats at the end of the day? Just put respect on at the end of the day, dang. I understood God's timing when it came to that receiver to show for myself, to better myself, to understand at the end of the day, I'm going to have a hate in disguise right to left who's going to try to be like me, but it's okay to understand at the end of the day, don't project your trauma and your pain on an innocent person who's minding their business, who know how to go within. The energy is different. It's the thought process for me. It's truly isn't necessary ways. You know, when you go within and heal yourself, to recognize at the end of the day that every day is a challenging day to heal yourself mentally, right? Not to gaslight yourself, but to go within and actually treat yourself right. You gotta mean what you say and say what you mean, because you're gonna have those days where you may feel like you're dysfunctional, all because someone's probably trying to project some spell work on you in a toxic way. But never allow that to be an excuse. Overcome the trauma and pain or whatever they trying to throw at you, not to use it as an excuse. Because what God got in store within you, they can't take it from you. And I say that respectfully. That will only be their issue when they shortchange themselves, when they come to communication, when they come to one-sided, one-sided. That's all they see. What are you doing, dude? I was minding my business in my own lane. With God's protection for every direction, it be the thought process. I mean, we're all not the same. You know, being different. It wasn't a challenge. It was showing up. Became the obstacles. To understand balance, to understand communication, to understand that, well, I understood what direction I was going within, because I was understanding my faith. The energy is different. When God installed within you, to understand the light, that you got true intentions, when you ain't got malicious intentions, the energy is different. When God saw what you was doing that day, behind closed doors, and y'all on the same page, the energy is different. When God works in mysterious ways, God truly shows up and shows you at the end of the day, you are the blessing for yourself. When you look in yourself in the mirror at the end of the day, look how much change you grow. You know, when it come to growth, you understood growth and change and growth, that, wow, things will never be the same. I'm understanding balance today. I'm communicating with myself in a healthy way today. Yeah, me. I ain't overthinking myself. The energy is different. When you mean what you say and say what you mean. When you know how to go with them without kicking your neighbor down, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. But it be real disrespectful when someone be in secret competition with you, trying to line you up, psych you out your thought process. That be the problem with people these days. And they be hiding their hand behind spell work in a dysfunctional way. You gotta protect your energy at all costs. Yeah, you can copycat me all day long, but listen to this. You don't have the wait, I'm covered. You don't have that protection like me. It really be the thought process, because that return back to something that actually works. I ain't got to project negative energy on my neighbor at the end of the day, because I understand what God sees in me. And that's me understanding my faith, because God believes in me when everybody else looked over me and they didn't see my vision, they didn't see my worth, to understand my growth, that things would never be the same, because I was allowing God to show me at the end of the day that there are better days ahead, to understand my vision. The energy is different when you truly know how to go within. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. It's not. And that's okay. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay, you know? I respect is a two-way street, and that's it. It's been real. I've been up here for an hour and 39 minutes. I need a nap. I gotta go. It's past bedtime. Night, love, respect. You know, God works in mysterious ways, and never allow someone to discourage you because they can't checkmate themselves and understanding the definition of real when they come to common sense and stay in their own lane. I said what I said. In a healthy way when you ain't got malicious intentions. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having a good time of your day. They're not. Never lose hope within you. Never get distracted. by someone who thought the norm of the norm was a one-sided conversation when it came to respect. And they didn't know how to show up for you. And they took your kindness and your point of view as weakness, and they judged the book by its cover because they thought that you was soft, and they thought that you was unworthy. They thought that you was a nobody, and God showed you at the end of the day that you are somebody when you look in the mirror, to know at the end of the day how God created you. God got your back, and they don't understand God's vision when it comes to you. And becoming your best self vision of yourself, because you matter, you're worthy. Continue becoming your best self vision of yourself. Don't get discouraged. One day at a time, continue being patient with your process. It will never be an overnight process becoming your best self vision of yourself. And I say that respectfully. I'm not here to kick my neighbor down. I'm not here to do spur work in a dysfunctional, toxic way. I don't play with that type of stuff at the end of the day. I'm on the good God's timing, and I hope that God continues to protect you and your family and show you at the end of the day that miracles are true. Because you are the miracle to yourself, and you are God's miracle, and you are worthy, and you do matter. You matter, you matter, you matter, you matter, you matter. You may not have mattered to that relationship that didn't work out. You may not have mattered to a person who you thought was supposed to be part of your life. It doesn't matter who it is, but you matter. And God is still being patient with you, and God loves you. Like I said, my content is not for everybody. And sometimes we have our days where we may feel discouraged because we don't have that uplifting hand to say that somebody got our back and it's going to be okay today. You know, because nowadays people are not genuine. People wear this mask and they so fake, and it don't make no sense. Or people be out here doing rituals and spell work on innocent people in a dysfunctional, toxic way. So you got to be careful and protect your energy, because not everybody is truly for you. But you matter. And God is showing you that, hey, you matter today too. Today's a new day. You may have lost a loved one that was close to you, that was dearest to your heart, but they're right there by your side when you least expect it. And I say that respectfully, and I say that respectfully. And they love you. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Never get discouraged, feeling like you're alone. Never get discouraged because things are not working out in your favor right now. And I say that respectfully because when the good God steps in and feels like, hey, just call out to me, I got your back. And you got to understand that God is showing you patience because you didn't know how to go within to understand patience for yourself. And God is rerouting you a different direction for you to show up for yourself. Maybe that house opportunity that you got going on right now, is time for you to upgrade, or that job opportunity is time for you to upgrade, or that relationship is time for you to remove yourself and better yourself, not hold yourself back anymore. Because someone doesn't know how to value your worth, and you tired of talking and telling somebody how to treat you and show up for you, and they was the issue. Or certain individuals that you thought was supposed to be part of your life, you had to understand that, hey, you know what? It's time to part ways now. It's nothing personal. I love me enough to allow myself to remove myself, not to hurt myself, and allow you to beat me up with words. Because that's not the projection I'm putting out. When I'm just trying to respect you, and you just trying to take my kindness for weakness. And I gotta walk away and ask God for guidance, and God is guiding me to show me at the end of the day that it's gonna be better days ahead. And I'm not gonna allow myself to beat myself up with words because they don't understand my vision. I may not understand myself right now, but I'm willing to better myself. But I'm understanding that God is truly showing me faith. If God can fix the last situation that I was in, I know that God can make another miracle happen. I know that God can allow me to see that my dreams will become my reality. I know for sure that God will allow me to see that, you know what? God showed me yesterday was a better day, but God's going to show me that today's going to be even more of a greater day. That energy hits different. And because you continue to choose you, God is going to continue to be patient with you. And God will pour into you and pour into you and remove what's not for you and pour into you what's truly for you with no malicious intentions. They won't take your kindness or weakness. They won't manipulate you. They won't disrespect you. They will meet you halfway, and respect will be a two-way street. Something that you're not used to. Someone taking accountability, something that you're not used to. Someone meaning what they saying without having to do spell work to manipulate you. Someone meaning what they saying, not being manipulative. Someone meaning what they saying, not lying to you. Someone meaning what they say, not being a narcissist towards you. Someone meaning what they saying, they're not reminding you of your past. The energy is different. When someone means what they say, they're not reminding you of what you've been through. They're not reminding you of, you may have had abandonment issues. You may have had whatever issues that you had in your life. People come into your life and they're pouring into you, not to shortchange you. Respect is going to be a two-way street. They're going to make you feel like you're loved the way you're pouring into them. They're going to respect you the way you respect them. It's going to be a two-way street. Because we are all not the same. And never stop pouring into you. Because someone didn't know how to show up for you. Never stop pouring into you. Because someone didn't show you how to love. Never stop pouring into you. And never allow someone to take your kindness or weakness to continue to be disloyal to you, to continue to be manipulative towards you, to continue to allow you to feel like at the end of the day, dang, I'm going in circles, what am I doing wrong? Don't allow someone to allow you to question yourself when they didn't know how to show up for you. Continue to pour into you because you matter and you are worthy. I truly appreciate time to the genuine ones only. Have a good day. Like I said, I'm the original owner of all my words, my content, and I say that respectfully, word for word. It's a thought process to me. You know, don't get discouraged because someone didn't know how to respect you. Don't get discouraged. And I say that respectfully because it takes a lot out of a person to get discouraged. And then when they alone and then they have to deal with the mindset of being abandoned and they have to deal with the mindset of, dang, who's going to show up for me? Who's going to come to my rescue? Only to realize I got to save myself. When realizing you becoming your biggest cheerleader wasn't existing. And to realize when God starts to see that you're treating yourself right, to love yourself right, and how God is truly favoring you, God shows you that you're true existed, and God shows you that, wow, not only that you can look in the mirror today, but you can look around you and see that, wow, everything that I asked for was genuine people to be around me, not to kick me down. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. How God is truly being patient with your process and showing you that you are worthy of it. To understand your reflection. The energy is different. You know, sometimes we gotta let go of those past, those wounds that allowed us to hold on to certain individuals that wasn't supposed to be part of our life for too long, and they stood there for a little bit too longer than they were supposed to, only for you to be renewed. You renewed yourself, and you're renewing yourself every single day, especially when you choose yourself not to manipulate nobody, when you choose yourself not to be an excuse, when you choose yourself. And when you get into tune with yourself, it's bigger than just putting a smile on and having a drink and being around certain individuals at the end of the day, because when you sit within yourself and you're by yourself, you got to get in tune to who you truly are. When you start to heal those wounds within you, it will never be an overnight process. And you matter to show up for every wound that was installed within you, not to become victim. And I say that respectfully because someone didn't know how to show up for you Do not get discouraged. It's not easy knowing at the end of the day certain individuals in your past that they wasn't supposed to be in your life, and you're just looking for an outlet to escape that mindset. Okay, well, I'm understanding change right now. I'm understanding to breaking, certain generation curses. I'm understanding to get out of these bad habits of certain dysfunctional folks. It's not going to be easy. But you got to choose you. And when you choose you, God's not going to overlook you. And when you choose you, God is going to be patient with you. And when you choose you, you allowing yourself to believe in yourself. That's why God is allowing you to see, wow, to understand and recognize your faith, that you are worthy. When it comes to change, it's not an overnight process. Everybody says they're in their healing process, but to actually understand the mental state of being in your healing process is to understand and recognize that, wow, it's not going to be an overnight process healing the wounds that's installed within me. And especially if you're reminded of your past so much, right? And it's allowing you to feel like it's a domino effect. And you constantly keep being put up against the wall with the same scenarios that keep happening to you, and it feels like it's a blockage in your life. You have to understand and remember that certain individuals that you have around you may be blocking you from actually prospering in life. And I say that respectfully. You feel like everything is going in your favor 1 minute, and then it's like, dang, you feel like you're taking 10 steps back, not realizing certain individuals, if God is closing a certain door in your life, that means them people need to stay where they at, not go with you. You can't keep taking somebody with you that's holding you back. That's a bad domino effect. It's not collect $100. Is I gotta reevaluate my thought process, and everybody's not meant to be part of my journey. Somebody was holding you back for so long within your career or whatever you have going on in your life, and you're not realizing certain individuals that you have around you is holding you back. Once you start distancing yourself from certain individuals, things start to prosper in your life. You may have probably stopped talking to somebody probably like in a week or two, right? And things start to fall into place with you. And then next thing you know, you have certain individuals around your energy. Now it's like, dang, you falling back into the trap of trying to find yourself to better yourself all over again. Because certain individuals is not supposed to eat at your table. Certain individuals not supposed to be part of your journey. Certain individuals is not supposed to have access to try to manipulate what God has truly for you. That's why when God puts you in a situation within a situation you find in yourself, when God closes that door for all the right reasons and shows you at the end of the day, like, hey, this door is closed for the right reasons. They're not supposed to be part of your journey. I don't care if it's a relationship that you're so madly in love with this person and you can't find a way to get away from this person. God's going to show you a way. And God's going to show you signs within signs how many times this person is truly not for you. That job opportunity, it wasn't for you. Certain family members, they're not for you. Certain individuals, associates in the street, they're not for you. They're not for you for all the right reasons. And a lot of people don't understand that. You may not be prospering your life for certain reasons because you have certain individuals that don't want to see you do better, that don't want to see you elevate faster than them. Or you just have people around you that just does not want to see you do great. And they would never display that hand. They would never display that hand. They would play victim all day long. Why would I? You knew me for 30, 40 years, girl. Yo, you knew me for 30, 40 years. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Those same people that you've been around for 30, 40 years, why did it have to take for somebody that you only knew for a couple of weeks or a couple of months and your life start to prosper and your life wasn't doing that just a few months ago? It's an energy shift. You got to understand it. Sometimes it's time to cut ties with certain individuals. But it's not about you thinking you better than somebody When God says get up and go, God says get up and go. Those folks is not meant to be in your life anymore. It's okay to let go. God's going to send more people into your life that's not going to drain you, that's not going to kick you down behind closed doors, who's not going to manipulate you, who's not going to disrespect you, who's going to actually mean what they say and be loyal to you. Behind closed doors, up close in person, be your biggest cheerleader, up close in person, behind closed doors. Respect will be a two-way street. And it's not being manipulative. They're genuinely true to you. Compared to what you experienced, compared to what you allowed yourself to tolerate. For so long, it became the norm. That mindset as to being codependent on somebody because you needed somebody to be there. Or you needed somebody, you're just so used to certain individuals and a low vibrational energy, and it just doesn't make sense in your book today. And it's not that you think you're better than somebody when you start to heal. And when you start to mentally heal, you have to realize everybody's not meant to be part of your healing journey. You saying you're healing, but you're only taking 10 steps backwards, only to realize the person that you got beside you is only draining you. They're not even trying to elevate. They want you to pour into them, telling you every minute, they want you to tell them every minute, every second what to do when it comes to this healing process, instead of actually looking in the mirror to go within and see who they are. And then when you speak up for yourself, you're the problem. You're the issue. You reminding somebody of their mother. You reminding somebody of a guardian or something like that. And that's not what you're trying to project. You ain't trying to be nobody's mother or father. That's why you gotta start to realize that everybody is truly not for you. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to let go. It's okay to remove those wounds that you least expected were wounds. It's time to heal those wounds now. Because it's something that was holding you back, and it needs to heal. You may not know what it is right now, but maybe one day when you get in tune with yourself, the way you said you're in tune with yourself, you can figure out who you are. You can go within. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to healing trauma and pain, it would never be an overnight process. It's not about you think you better than somebody, you in competition with nobody. Ain't got nothing to do about that. Because healing trauma and pain, it would never be a race. Because it's things within certain individuals. A person can be in a healing process for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and I say that respectfully. It's things that come up that may have took place, and they be like, wait, hold on. I ain't know that was bothering me either. It would never be an overnight process when it comes to healing trauma and pain. It's a thought process to me. But we are all not the same. You don't have to kick your neighbor down or disrespect your neighbor because you don't understand how God is favoring somebody, or how God is being patient with somebody, or how God is showing somebody at the end of the day that their miracles become their dreams come true. And you want to kick them down, you want to discourage them, you want to play the manipulation, narcissist games and hide your hands and play victim like you wasn't the one trying to cause somebody's drama. Third-party conversation is not adding up. Only to realize you sat there because you was miserable, talking about he say, she say, only to realize you only shortchange yourself to play victim when it comes to your karma. It's a thought process to me. We are all not the same. You know, when it comes to healing, trauma, and pain, everybody's not going to understand your point of view. And that's okay. But as long as you're true to yourself and you're doing the inner work mentally, and you're not out here just, just doing it, just to be talking about it and trying to hurt somebody with your low vibrational or whatever the case may be, throwing it in somebody's face, because people do stuff like that. I don't know why, but here's the thought process of me. But when you truly mentally go within and you mentally remove that mask, It's not an overnight process when actually understanding the wounds that's installed within you. And I say that respectfully because it hits more home when it starts from childhood and it goes into adulthood. And to understand at the end of the day that when you show up for yourself, nothing will ever look the same again. Nothing will ever look the same. And you can't manipulate nobody. And I say that respectfully. Because when the mask removes from you, it's only you and God now. And you gotta understand what I'm trying to say to you. And like I said, my content is not for everybody. But once you remove the mask, it's you and God. So whatever person you judged that day, whatever person you manipulated that day, and whatever person you hurted that day, the only person that you're reevaluating with right there, when you look in the mirror, is the good God. I don't understand tongues. That's the only person that you self-reflecting with is the good God. And you can't play with God. You can't. You can't manipulate God. You can't play on God's timing. The good God. Because you only call judgment on yourself. And once you remove that mask, you're only getting in tune with God. Because that's not that trauma and that pain. That ain't nobody's pain but your pain. And the only person you be fighting up against at the end of the day that's going to put you in check is the good God. So whatever you did behind closed doors, or whatever you did to hurt innocent people, or whatever you did, once you look in that mirror, you dealing with good God. And the good God is about to give you a reality check that you're not ready for. And a lot of people is not ready for that music. They're not. So when you're ready to do your true healing process, that checkmate with God, it hits different. Because now you really got to go within. So if you hurt innocent people, if you was out here judging somebody on God's timing, because when you judge somebody, you're only judging God. And you was out here playing victim, and you didn't know how to be out here taking accountability, and you was out here being disloyal, or you was out here balling a child of God, or you was out here balling a chosen one, and you was being disloyal and disrespecting them, and you was hurting God's child, God's going to show you at the end of the day what your karma going to look like. You can think you could run from your karma but for so long behind certain individuals, but when you say you mean what you say, you say what you mean, that 101 check with God hit different. That reality check with God hit different. You can manipulate God all you want to. Because all money ain't good money, and I say that respectfully. But getting in tune with yourself, that energy is different. So you saying you vibing high, mean what you saying, say what you mean without wearing a mask. Because the only person you gaslighting at the end of the day is you only playing in your own face. And I say that respectfully because the good God sees everything. The good God sees when you're manipulating innocent people. The good God sees when you're lying on somebody. The good God sees that he say, she say wasn't added up when you had malicious intentions towards an innocent person who was minding their business, who knew how to go within, and you was in secret competition with them. Only because that child of God, that chosen one, knew how to look in the mirror and self-reflect and be patient with them, with their process. When people was trying to throw stones and rocks at them, and they was trying to better themselves, and you didn't understand how to take accountability for your actions, and you was trying to kick somebody down with your bad habits. And you want to play victim, saying whole mommy and daddy issues. That's why you know how to respect somebody. And we are all not the same. It really be the thought process to me. It's individuals that walk this earth every single day that does not have a loved one that shows up for them every single day, that can't make that phone call and say, you got my back? I need a hug today. But they still kind. They still respect their neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. They didn't have excuses why they had to kick their neighbor down. Because we are all not the same. You don't understand how someone starts their healing journey at the end of the day. How can someone be truly favored by God after they done been through all this dysfunctional behavior? They may have been sexually assaulted, discriminated against, dealt with violence, hate crime, discrimination. You put a name to your book. Stuff went from their childhood into their adulthood. You don't understand how they overcame those obstacles to choose themselves, to understand their journey. It's a beginning to somewhere, and it started somewhere, and they chose themselves to understand that God was being patient with them. When they was able to remove the mask, and they didn't have to gaslight nobody. They didn't have to kick somebody down. They didn't have to go out there and pick up a weapon to hurt somebody. They didn't have to go out there and hurt innocent bystanders because of the fact that someone didn't know how to have self-control. Or someone was sitting there antagonizing them. They knew how to walk away. It's a thought process to me. We are all not the same. We are all not the same. Never get discouraged or lose faith and hope within yourself because someone doesn't know how to respect you. And I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to stop you or make you feel like you're the problem because you chose you to go within to do the right, proper healing. And you got to remember, with good intentions, God sees you. When you show up with good intentions, the good God sees you. Not being manipulative, not being, one of those type of people who just want to talk about somebody at the end of the day. Not one of those type of people, but the people who are there to, uplift their neighbor, not to kick their neighbor down. Because they know how it feels, good day and bad day, misunderstanding day, how it feels for someone to kick them down. And when you're a child of God, you don't kick your neighbor down. And I say that respectfully, just because you don't understand someone's healing process and they don't have malicious intentions, regardless of their sexual orientation, their disability, their culture, their religion, or their age. They was able to understand that, wow, God is patient with me. God is showing me to look in the mirror. God is showing me at the end of the day, I got me, because God got me. God is showing me I am a believer. God is showing me I am worthy. God is showing me I can show up for myself. God is showing me, wow, I can overcome these obstacles when they try to kick me down. Only to realize God was protecting me this whole entire time to show me, wow, I am amazing. I am worthy. When they try to shortchange me and take my kindness for weakness to manipulate my character for the description I truly wasn't, because I showed up for me. I showed up for me. And they don't know how you're doing it. You overcame being sick. You overcame your mental health with the grace of God, and you're still trying to be patient with yourself. You lost a loved one, you're still being patient with yourself. That relationship didn't work out, you lost your job, but you're still being patient with yourself. God is trying to pour into you. God wants to love on you. God wants to be kind to you. God wants to show you that you are worthy. God wants to show you that, hey, I recognize who you are, but just don't overlook me. The energy hits different when you're able to look in the mirror to recognize who you are. When you're able to look in the mirror to recognize that, wow, it wasn't an overnight process, healing trauma and pain, and I would never allow someone to manipulate me to allow me to believe that. Because God is showing me one day at a time to be patient with my process. God works in mysterious ways. When you least expect it, God is always on time when you least expect it. You may not understand. But don't get lost because someone doesn't see your worth. Because they don't want to see you elevate. Because you chose you. You was willing to choose you when it came to that alcoholism, that you abuse a drug of your choice. And you wanted to get out of that mindset of, you know what? I want to better myself. It wasn't about nobody else. It was about me bettering me. I didn't have the proper people in my life that respected me. But I wanted better for me. I didn't allow that to be an excuse. Because I chose me and God allowed me to see. They only knew you when you was able to spend money so they can use you and abuse you. When you was bent out of shape. Your drunk nights, trying to find yourself to better yourself. Wow, you thought they was truly for you, only for them to be against you. You see how God shows you at the end of the day who's for you? They're only around when you know how to spend money. They're only around when they know how to manipulate you. They're only around to gaslight you. They're only around to do spell work on you in a dysfunctional way to play you close, to size you up, see what you got going on, what's in your pockets. This type of stuff happens every single day. This type of stuff happens every single day. But then you have the people who show up, right? And they don't make any excuse why they have to kick their neighbor down or to abuse a system or to abuse a handmade drug. And I say that respectfully. Because when they show up for themselves, they don't have to kick their neighbor down. Because they was dealt the unfair shit here, trauma and pain. Maybe having a mentally unstable parent in the household. Or being abandoned, that's how they felt. Didn't know which household to go to, right to left. They was lost in the soul because at the end of the day, they was hopping from pillow to post. This type of stuff happens every single day. But we all not the same. We're not. Just because you're dysfunctional, just because you didn't have the proper guidance, not everybody shows up having to disrespect their neighbor. Not everybody shows up as violence to hurt an innocent person, or let alone a bystander. Because we're all not the same. You don't understand someone's vision when they choose their healing and they mean what they say. They ain't got to wear a mask to gaslight you because they knew how to go within. And you're a hate in disguise because someone chooses themselves to heal themselves and you don't understand. They think they better than themselves. You don't understand, but you think they're better than themselves. It really be the one-sided conversations for me. How individuals will really truly feel at the end of the day that an innocent person who's minding their business, that someone would have the mindset of someone thinking that they're better than somebody. It really be the low vibrational energy for me. Because we are all not the same. You matter, you are worthy. Never get discouraged because someone decided to judge a book by its cover. You know, everybody's trauma and pain does not show up the same. You may pick up a bottle every single day, but you're the most respectful person in the world. You don't have to kick your neighbor down, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, because you lost a loved one. Or you didn't, or someone didn't know how to respect you. You didn't have to kick your neighbor down. You could be an alcoholic from sun up to sundown, but you still know how to respect your neighbor. But who am I to judge you? It's a thought process to me. That's why I said we are all not the same. We're not. Everybody does not project their trauma and their pain the same dysfunctional way. So you say they're dysfunctional. You judge a book by its cover. When God saw what you was doing that day. You judge someone because they knew how to take accountability for their acts. And you judge someone because they knew how to be patient with their process to self-reflect. You judge someone because they was not willing to give up or let alone live in fear or be discouraged because they was willing to understand that, hey, what I was looking for wasn't for me when it came to love. What I was looking for in this area when it came to job opportunities, it wasn't for me. But you know what? I'm showing up for myself to better myself. I ain't going to shortchange myself. Because God is surely showing you what's for you. When God truly shows you what's for you, when you least expect is to understand your faith. You walk by faith, not by sight. So you got to understand how to believe in yourself, to treat yourself right. And not allowing someone to discourage you because they don't understand your point of view and how you're different in the most healthiest way when you're not creating violence and you're not hurting innocent people. And I say that respectfully. That energy hits different. Because we don't all show up the same. It doesn't matter if you drink or you smoke, whatever drug of choice you decide to do. Or even just be dysfunctional when it comes to toxic trauma, whatever the case may be. Everybody does not display themselves the same. Everybody does not carry themselves the same. They don't. They don't. Just because someone decides to disrespect me or disrespect you, that does not mean we have to go back and forth with somebody because of the fact that someone didn't know how to have self-control and because of the fact that someone decided they wanted to antagonize your character. That energy is different. And they don't understand how you knew how to go within, to understand how God is truly favoring you, showing you at the end of the day what a miracle looks like up close to person. Why would I want to shortchange myself? To understand your short attention span, it's the thought process, man. We'll never be the same. It won't make sense. That's why you gotta be mindful as to protecting your energy. People are so quick to judge a book by its cover because of someone's background, where someone grew up at, someone's environment. Not everybody's the same. And I say that respectfully. Not here to kick anybody down because respect is a two-way street, and I respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. It's called respect. And I understood God's plans. It's a thought process to me. I'm gonna wrap this video up though. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Never allow someone to discourage you. Never allow someone to allow you to feel like you're unworthy of yourself when you're just trying to be patient with your process to better yourself, to understand that, wow, it wasn't an overnight process healing trauma and pain, but you are worthy of showing up for yourself in the most healthiest way, especially when God is still being patient with you, and especially when you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or innocent people around you. And I say that respectfully. You matter, you are worthy. Never get discouraged because someone judges a book by its cover. Don't get discouraged. They judged you and you didn't have malicious intentions and only realized they was the true and they was the person. They was the person with the malicious intentions. Because for somebody to have their time and day to kick somebody down that's minding their business, it takes too much time out of your day to allow someone to antagonize your character, especially for someone that you're truly not, or because someone trying to project their trauma and their pain on you when God is truly covering you and you wasn't the issue. You matter, you're worthy. Be mindful when allowing someone to manipulate you, psycho your thought process, freeing your pockets and your eyesight, especially when they don't have good intentions and they nothing but a hate in disguise. You matter and you are worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. And God is still being patient with you on your time. And I say that respectfully. God is still being patient with you when you understand self-worth. God is still being patient with you when you understand to self-reflect and understand self-control, understanding how to endure peace within you. God is guiding you to show up for yourself, to better yourself, to know that at the end of the day, don't become your own worst enemy because it wasn't an even exchange when they shortchanged you, when they couldn't show up for you, and you wasn't the problem and they made you an excuse. You matter, you're worthy. God works in mysterious ways. Continue to protect your energy because you matter and you are worthy. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. And I say that respectfully. Everybody likes matters. It do, especially when you don't have malicious intentions to bother innocent people. And you're not out here starting with people. You're not out here playing the antagonizing game at the end of the day to hide your hands to play victim. You matter and you are worthy. Never allow someone to allow you to feel like you got to get out of character because of the fact that they want you to Be in a mindset of stopping your growth to what it took for you to stand before yourself today. And you didn't allow yourself to beat yourself up because you understood change when it came to words, that things would never remain the same, but you understood growth because the things that God works in mysterious ways. It was you! I said what I said, I gotta go. Have a good day. Now you treat with love, respect. I'll say praise and sound to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe remaining month, have a safe remaining year. Protect your energy because now everybody's serving your time, your day. You matter, you're worthy. I need a nap. No, for real, I need a nap. I say praise and sound to the genuine ones only. Like I said, I'm the original owner of all my words that I create and I put on a platform or whatever the case may be. It's a long process for me. Have a good day. Gotta go. To the genuine ones only. Have a safe week. Protect your energy because now everybody's having a good time of your day. You matter. You're worthy. Gotta go.